Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are going to Medicinal Friday it. We're going to talk about hypertension, high blood pressure, and it is the start of Vlonica. Okay guys, so if you guys don't know, we are getting really close to Hanukkah, so we're going to start Vlonica. It's basically the Jewish creators videos for Vlogmas, since we don't celebrate Christmas. So we are going to be doing non-stop videos. My goal is to do a video and a short every day, except for today because I didn't put up short, but a video and a short every day of all the way leading up into Hanukkah, and then the whole entire Hanukkah. So we're gonna see if that happens. But I want to bring you guys a lot of meaningful content and a lot of helpful content. And so I thought, what would be a better way than to start this whole series off with Medicinal Friday? Because there are starting to become shortages in medication. And one of the most important medications that I think is out there is high blood pressure medication and like beta blockers. So I don't think so necessarily that it's important to have like as an everyday thing. And I forgot to do the disclaimer. I am not your doctor. Please make sure that you are consulting your doctor. I am just a person on YouTube giving my advice about natural medicine. So yes, there's that. But anyways, I think that it's not important. Like I don't think that people should be on these high blood pressure medications, but I think that it's important that when you get on them, it's really tough to just go cold turkey and get yourself off of them. Just stopping your medication and just not taking your medication when you have high blood pressure, hypertension, any of those things like that, it can lead to like heart attacks and just strokes and all these different things that are pretty instant because your body is so used to those medications. And like I tell everybody, it didn't take you a day to where you needed to be on hypertension medication, so it's not going to take you a day to get off of it. So if there's things like shortages that you know that are coming, or if you're having a hard time getting your medication or getting the right medication that your body's used to, because that's also the other thing, is that you don't want to just switch it up on which one that you're taking. You want to start preparing your body to kind of weaning that off of that. I did this when it came to my asthma. I was through a phase where I basically went to the hospital for like severe asthma attacks every single year, and I was on medication all day long every day, and it was terrible, and I didn't want to be on steroids anymore. So I fixed my diet and I weaned myself off of it, and then I started with natural things that would help my asthma. And now I don't take steroids every day. I have an emergency supply for like absolute emergency, something was horribly wrong, and I have like emergency supply that can go on my nebulizer, but I haven't used it in about 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. So I want to talk to you guys just about some tips that I would do to start preparing your body if you have hypertension or high blood pressure, because like I said, having a shortage in this medication is a very crisis situation. That isn't the medication you want a shortage in. So let's talk about it. Okay guys, so I'm not only making this video for you guys, but I'm also making this video for my family members. So hi family members, because I do have family members that are on high blood pressure medication, and it is a scary thing for them because some of them have not been able to get their medication or get a good supply of their medication. And they're just been told to wait, or they have changed their medication or reduced the amount of medication. So first and foremost, tip number 1 is going to be to change your diet. So all the things that you did that led up to giving yourself high blood pressure, you need to stop doing that instantly, immediately, quickly, before before not, like all of those different things. You know, like I said before, it didn't take your body a day to get this way. It happened over time. So it's not going to cure itself with like a magic herb that you're going to take like an elixir and it's going to cure your high blood pressure. No, you're going to have to fix your body. And part of that, the main part of that is going to be to change your diet. What you put into your body is how your body reacts and how it shows how it's feeling to you. So I would change my diet to a whole food diet, where you're eating like whole foods, like you're actually cooking from scratch. You're not using, like, say if you use salt, for instance, you're not going to use table salt. You're going to use a Celtic sea salt. Celtic sea salt has those minerals and those vitamins that can actually help improve your health just by taking a little bit of it over time. So get away from those bleach salts, those table salts that don't have anything in there and they have a bunch of just junk in there to make things taste salty, and get to something that's more natural that is going to actually provide the minerals that your body needs. Celtic sea salt is a amazing one. It was one that it was in a shortage and I made sure that I got Celtic sea salt. Right now they have Celtic sea salt again at Whole Foods. They have it on Amazon, so I'll actually link that one down below, and I suggest that you guys do a lot more research on that if you have hypertension or high blood pressure. The other thing is that you want to start adding like that portion control of your food and what you're eating in portions. So if you have your meat, have your veggie, have your starch, and don't make those unequal kind of situations. You know, you want to make sure that you're providing your body with all the nutrients that it needs and all the exact minerals that it needs. Don't eat fast food. Stop eating fast food. Don't eat fast food. That's also for my sister. Stop eating fast food. And that has all those preservatives are just weighing in on your body. They're clogging your liver, they're clogging your gut, and they're clogging your arteries. And so those are things that you want to stay away from. So tip number 2 is going to be to start cooking with these 2 things. We have turmeric and we have cayenne pepper. So turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, and keeping your body where it's flowing well and it's going really good and everything is happy in it is great. Inflammation is the enemy of everything when it comes to the human body. If you think of things like Alzheimer's, that's inflammation on the brain. You think of things like, you know, intestinal things, that's inflammation in the intestines. So keeping your body just uninflamed is going to help you have a healthier body. So turmeric is one of those things that I love to cook with, especially when I have guests in my house that I know have hypertension issues. I cook with turmeric. I make turmeric potatoes for everybody for breakfast, and they're delicious and they eat them up. I think I've made them on this channel before, so you guys have to go back for a couple videos and you'll be able to see that. Now, cayenne pepper, it's spicy, yes. So if you like spicy food, this really does help when you're seasoning your food. Use cayenne pepper versus using, like, I don't know, maybe like a black pepper. Although black pepper is pretty good and healthy for you too, if you have like good, natural, fresh, cracked black pepper. If your black pepper has been grinded up and sitting there for years on end, it's lost a lot of its like abilities. So freshly ground black pepper is one that you would want to use, but cayenne pepper, it really does open up blood vessels. It kind of like shocks your system and opens up those blood vessels and gets things flowing in your body. It's also a good thing to have in an emergency. So if you have somebody where their blood pressure has spiked, giving them a little bit of cayenne pepper, maybe some cayenne pepper and some water. Cayenne pepper, water, and some honey is easier to take. That can help to open up those blood vessels so that then it's not restricting. Because when it starts to restricting, then they start to freak out and then everything goes downhill from there. Okay? So those would just be 2 things that I would start introducing into my cooking, and just cook with them regularly. Because once again, just like medications you take every single day and they're constantly in your body, so they're constantly working in your body, if you start with your herbs and your spices that help these situations that you can have in your body and they're constantly in your body, they're going to be doing the same thing, but they're not going to have the side effects as a harsh medication would, or they're not going to have like the crash as a harsh medication would, because you're healing your body. Okay, so the next one is going to be to get yourself this book. This book is a game changer. It should be on everybody's shelf. I have mentioned this book so many times because it has so many recipes, so many explanations, and it's an amazing book to have when it comes to treating yourself and treating your family or treating anybody around you. So I will link this one down below. I got it on Amazon. There is a section in here on hypertension. Let me get to it for you guys. So there's a section here on hypertension and what herbs can help that. You know, and some easy ones as like burdock, cayenne, dandelion, rose, marshmallow, ginseng, golden seal, all these different herbs. And all of these herbs have explanations in here too. And then it also has like more recipes too. Like this one is a free flow circulation tea. And it has recipes, and then it has explanations of the herbs and how to use herbs, the dangers of the herbs, because sometimes herbs are strong, and sometimes if you're taking them too much, they can have side effects on your liver and different things like that, because everything needs to be taken in moderation. I cook with a lot of my medicinal herbs too, especially when it's change of season, or if I know that somebody's stressed out or somebody's having an issue, then I cook with certain herbs in order to have those herbs be in the body at all times and be doing their magic at all times. So over time, myself or my husband or whoever I'm cooking for is being able to have that relaxation going on in their body and be treated and be healthy versus having to figure out an emergency situation when it's already in like an emergency time. The next thing I would say is to have some sustainable things in your garden. Like I grow cayenne pepper because cayenne pepper is a very magical little thing, and I think that everybody should either have it on their shelves or have it in their garden. And if you have it on your shelf, you should also have it in your garden because it's easy to grow it in a pot. Actually, let me take you outside and show you where I grow my cayenne pepper. So this is my cayenne pepper plant. As you can see, it's growing happily, a little less happily because it's getting cold, in this pot. It doesn't get that huge, and it produces cayenne peppers. So easy to grow, no muss, no fuss, and you can get a lot of little peppers. As you can see, we have several on there from this one plant. So guys, having something fresh is even more effective than even having it dried or dehydrated or anything like that. So although this is amazing being dried and grounded up and all of that, but having it fresh is even more effective. So when you're thinking about planning out your garden, plan out your garden for things that are going to be medicinal too. And a lot of things are just medicinal, like peppers. There's certain peppers that are medicinal. There's certain culinary herbs that are medicinal. There's certain greens that are medicinal. So plant these things in your garden so that then you always have them, and then start introducing them into your diet. So one of the things that the easiest way to introduce a lot of things into your diet is soups and stews. Those are my favorite things. Every time my husband gets sick and I say, hey, I'm gonna make you this tea and it's gonna make you feel better, and he hates tea, so he goes, nope, I'm not drinking that tea. And then I say, okay, I'm gonna make you a soup, and then he goes, you're just gonna put all the stuff that you were gonna put in the tea in the soup. And I said, yes, but instead now it's gonna taste like chicken and you're gonna love it. And it's gonna have noodles and carrots in it. So start introducing soups into your diet. We eat a soup or a stew every single week. So every single week there is something medicinal that's going into our bodies and that's keeping us healthy. This has really cut down emergency situations like colds and flus and bronchitis and like just issues that you would have in your body, just because we changed the way that we eat and we put these natural herbs into our body. One of my favorite parts of the Torah talks about how God says that you have the leaves for medicine and the herbs for medicine. And it's true. If you just cook with these things and introduce them into your body, put them, with your snacks. Like you can have a piece of cilantro on your taco, and that's going to be a medicinal thing for you. And you can do that once a week and you can get those medicinal values from that herb. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you guys are starting to look at what you can do in order to help yourself and help your family as a long-term situation. Because when you start hearing about problems, it's probably because it's already a big problem and it's going to be a huge problem in the next couple of months. So make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves and your families. And until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food.